your end. I will reiterate my objection to this. I do believe it is taking taxpayer money and using it to compete, and I just fundamentally disagree with that. If we have issues with the CPUC, I think we as a Council of Governments should work to change the process that they have and not just abandon it to those that are left. I think that is what we came together for, to have a voice they'll listen to in Sacramento. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Ms. Holland.
Thank you, Mr. President. First off, I guess I'll go with a comment, and then I'll ask a question to him. Just a matter of note, and I've heard it both at 40 and 45% as of, I believe, last year, was Edison's overall rate increase guarantee made by the CPUC. So if you do the math, and it is 40%, that's an 8% per year increase in your rates over the next 5. And I've also heard that it's at 45%. I haven't confirmed either one. So again, if you're doing the math, and a CCA accomplishes what Apple Valley did and did a 3% decrease in rates, couple that with the or non-increase, and you're actually saving 11%. So just something to ponder. My question is, we spoke briefly about risks, or risk wide open kind of a comment. So I'm just curious what some of those might be.
So the risks, the main ones that we look at are the variables of the energy costs, so lower commodity natural gas. If that goes down and renewable resource costs go up, then a CCA wouldn't necessarily be competitive, and so folks would stay with Edison and they wouldn't go to the CCA. The other is if there's a huge variation, an increase in that the power cost and difference adjustment, CPUC sets. So we think that there's impacts, and we're going to have some certainty about that in the near future. But that is a variable right now. We don't know. That's the other one. And then the final one was just the opt-out, and trying to understand. So in the feasibility study, we made certain assumptions. And I just wanted to point that out.
Mr. President, just a quick follow-up if I might.
Okay, go ahead.
Very brief. Opting in, opting out. If you choose to stay with Edison, you have to opt out of the CCA. If you want to be in the CCA, you do nothing. Right? So 6 months or a year from now, Robert decides, I didn't make the correct choice, whichever that choice was. Can he change at any time to either opt in or stay with?
There will be opportunities for folks to be able to change it. It doesn't go on forever. You're stuck with the one decision you make up front. There will be opportunities so folks can change their mind.
Thank you.
Ed, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Dwayne, thank you for all your work on this. I'm going to urge a no vote, just because I think we're way too early in the process.
Is he a good guy, Ed?
Today he is.
Okay. Because he said you stole his water some 15 years ago.
We're in the PUC. Dealt with them for 5 years. Chino Hill spent about $5 million battling them on the Tehachapi renewable technician line. And I found them and SCE not to be transparent at all. So we're relying on them to figure out that opt-out rate, right? And they're going to work on it for a year. I just don't trust them. The process is not designed to protect residents. PUC is designed to be a very political area. And, so that's why if we want to do this down the road, fine. But other than that, I think we should wait and see what happens a little bit more. The initial estimated savings of 3.9 to 5% to me is way too small for the gamble.
I think Deborah.
Yeah, thank you.
We have to sit down right now, that's why.
Well, I wasn't going to advocate or recommend voting no, but I will be putting in a vote of abstention, partly because I know that we tend to look at JPAs and we discuss them all the time, thinking that high economies of scale, we can hopefully get a better price and provide something to the residents. But I also have to say, in speaking to local control and to some of the comments that were put up, the decision to look at CCA, I think, should be left to each community individually for whatever reasons.
That's right.
Thank you.
She's spot on.
She's got some right now. I have some other questions that I don't know if, Dwayne, if we would be able to vet them out or flush them out today, and especially the one with number B, and also recapturing the time that we put into this effort from our resources, from the agency's resources. And then if certain cities are not participating, how is it going to be, if it's going to be cost effective? Or is there going to be some provisions that if there's a JPA set up, will sandbag or sandbag COG be able to recoup the cost? City of Rialto, we entered into a contract agreement with a proposal to do the analysis. And after we have the analysis, we will come back and make the decisions if we're going to go to the next step. I believe the city of Montana has done the same as well. We've had an analysis, and I don't know where they are along in the process. I know the city of Lancaster as well, and now the city of Apple Valley for their precincts. I don't know at the end of the day we're going to see a 3%, and if 3% is enough, but we have other factors that we have to consider. We also have a city that has a utility user tax, and so we will have to weigh and balance that against the user tax and what we gain on one end and what we lose on the other. So I'm not going to say I'm against before, but I'm just saying I think in this case I would rather stand with the fact that I believe the city should look at it and use their own resources and then make that decision with their citizens.
No, thank you. Before Mr.